Hey, how's it going? Today is 30th of July, Tuesday, and we're taking a look at the market, and that would be something that would be so many press releases, right? I like to close all of those so there wouldn't be any backlog of something I haven't covered since new government is making a lot of changes. So I thought it would be important to make additional videos today. But either way, that would be what changes are we making to minimum wages? That would be we are changing the way minimum wage is set so it keeps in line with the cost of living. So that's how I understand it. If you would ask me, government is printing way too much money. That's an issue. With the way how they would structure it and this entire article, I don't know, the government is printing so much money because there's so much money has been printed. The money is losing its value, so that's an issue. And the way I know the way how I would read this article, not necessarily what's really happening. So I'm not necessarily that interested in reading it. Since they might be a government might be interested in presenting information in their own particular way. So if anything, perhaps we can touch on what the national minimum wage living wage rates for 2023-24 are. So we can touch on that. I'll share what government have published. Reason why? It's a different reason. I have, everyone has their own opinions, so to say, right? But what's happening? National minimum wages are increasing. That's what's really happening. Hard data, right? Opinions or rational behind it, I think it's off, way off. As well as we can take a look at other articles, right? Since changes are taking place, that would be some of the other government press releases. That would be armed forces awarded largest pay increase in decades to renew nation's contract with those who serve. Right. Since we something that we were taking a look at previously, how many people are leaving armed forces? I can't remember exact numbers, right? So I think for every one person would enter, about 3 or 4 people would leave. So there's a big issue there when it comes to national defense. And there might be some of those initiatives being launched from government when it comes to improving and or increasing numbers of people who would serve the nation. I would highly encourage to improve those numbers when it comes to engineers, perhaps 20,000, at least 10,000 engineers. Then those skills would be easily transferable to something that we were taking a look at today. That would be perhaps civil engineers and or all kind of engineers, right? So, but engineers, but not necessarily that's limited to what would armed forces would need, right? Perhaps armed forces would need supporting staff, logistics, all those kind of things, right? But either way, so that would be my own opinion. Other than that, government armed forces pay announced confirms starting armed forces salary will be in line in national living wage for the first time. That would be 6% increase, right? While we take a look at increasing, and government knows that, right? If they're looking to increase, they need to find a way how they can monitor performance. So productivity not necessarily would go down because 6% it's exactly how much NHS productivity went down after increase of pay. So once that been said, government knows it, so it's not the new thing. We can take a look at the NHS. We can progress to the next article, right? As I mentioned previously, I was looking to reach out to an NHS, and it's very hard to communicate with NHS as of now, since they would ask you to reach out to a different person. That person would ask you to reach out to a different person, and that's where things are. And just a handful of projects, and I don't believe there is any competition going on. Since we were taking a look at previously, some of those companies, there's just a single company. Uh, Looking at the sector. So where's competition there? I was taking a look at PDF file of the entire project, and it's something that we're gonna be taking a look at right now. I had to take a look at the entire team and who's gonna be working on this app and all of this. But again, it's just a one company. there's no competition there. So there's a lot of issues there. I don't know. Do I need to highlight this point once more? Just one company, and one company, and one company, and one company solving some of those problems. And cost has been passed down to taxpayers. So there is an issue there. And that the IC has been a strategic partner in developing a patient-centric app and rolling out new features for secondary care across England, right? I'm not looking to promote this project. I don't think that's a good structure when it comes to solving some of those problems. I would like to see more competition, not necessarily a single monopoly, and all work towards building a monopoly. So there should be a free market, and if there are those opportunities, I would highly encourage leadership to consider perhaps creating those opportunities for 10 businesses, not a single business, right? So once that's been said, we can briefly take a look at what would be ways of engaging with NHS, since I managed to pull some documents. Let's briefly take a look at some of those documents and close this video on that. Document that I'm going to be taking a look at, that would be your guide to innovating NHS, right? So since innovation might be one of the ways of engaging with this government organization, right? Innovation. So it's something that was published July 30th, 2024. And if anything, we can briefly touch on part of the process and how a process can look like when it comes to engaging, or it should be looking like, because if you were to try to reach out, not necessarily would be interested in responding to you. So it's a different issue. But there might be a process there that would be a creation. In this section, will be outlining the essential elements that you need to understand and addressing a very start of your journey of innovation. As you begin creating innovation, it's important to know which organization to reach out to. The NHS Innovation Services can help you with this, connecting you to the relevant organization at the right time. Or at least they should, right? Since we take a look at app development, so perhaps there's a lot of geeks. That's the one way to look at it. But who would like to support NHS, help the patients and reduce cost and record waiting times for NHS, right? And they're only looking to work with a single company, only why those opportunities not created for everyone. So there's a lot of issues there, I would say, but either way. In the early stage of your innovation journey, you might be connected to the Health Innovation Network in England, or Life Science Hub Wales, or if you live in Scotland, you can get support from Innovate Scot Health. If you work with NHS, you can apply with a Clinical Entrepreneurs Program for supporting with your innovation. It offers expert mentoring, exclusive network, and or bespoke training to develop innovation ideas into products and own business to benefit NHS patients, right? So process, maybe that's a process, right? I'm trying to engage with NHS as of now. It's very hard to do, but perhaps others might be more successful, right? Since we're taking a look at millions, hundreds of millions, and those kind of contracts are handed only to a single company. Let's close on that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.